Evening at the Movies is a proud member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. Other shows in the network include Mass Debaters, The Sip List, Crushgasm, Love is Black, Men Are the Prize, Crime Rewind, and Literature Reapers. You can find out all about our shows and more at idnmtrpodcastnetwork.com. Happy listening. You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Yes, welcome to An Evening at the Movies. Because it is Sunday, and that means it is movie day. Well, live movie day. But I digress. For those of you who do not know, as I pull up my notes, this is An Evening at the Movies, the podcast where we eat the stale popcorn, drink the watered down sodas, talk about all of our favorite movies and why we love them. All that out of the way. My awesome co-host is here. Say hi, awesome co-host.
Hi, awesome co-host. It's me, Amanda. And I am ready to celebrate Rex Manning Day.
2 years later.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, Rex.
I'm not saying it's your fault. It's fucking. At least the first reschedule was my fault because Rex Manning Day literally was like right after I got out of the hospital and literally like a week after my dad died.
I thought you meant how long it took me to get here today.
Well, that too.
Not that long.
No. I feel like on Mount Sitmore every day is Rex Manning Day.
Yes. And we mustn't dwell. We
must not dwell. No.
No, not at all. So, if you are listening and could not tell from the mysterious voice in the background, we are joined by everybody's favorite Papa Palpatine himself. Welcome back, sir.
What it do?
What it is, ho? What's up?
Why you gotta call him a hoe?
Can I follow that ass to the mall?
He's not a hoe that does hoe shit.
Mustard on the beat, ho. All right, anyway. I might be.
My wonderful wife just pointed out that I was doing a podcast with y'all without an adult beverage, so being the awesome woman she is, she's grabbing me one. Even though she has horrible taste in men, she's an awesome human being.
Yeah, she's the tits. You got lucky. You outpunted your beverage, buddy.
You definitely married up in this situation.
Look, any dude that has a woman for more than 30, 45 minutes in a relationship is punching above their weight. End of freaking discussion. And if you forget that, you get to start over.
True story.
And generally when you start over with half your fucking money.
Depends on where you live, but... And
I digress.
Once they start doing away with no-fault marriage in Oklahoma and Texas, then us women ain't getting half of anything unless you guys do something really, really bad.
Yeah, well, welcome to living in states that worship people on that side of the fucking aisle.
That Bible belt is cinched tight, y'all.
Man, my beer just jizzed all over me.
Aw, too much head, huh? Like
it's that thick tarry jizz that makes you want to go see a doctor real quick.
Ew. How'd we go from beer foam head to schmegma? That was a quick jump.
Liquid hot smegma?
Liquid hot magma.
Oh, Jesus God. We're not even 5 minutes into this episode yet. And
we have
verbal filters.
Are they all tempered?
It's only worse when the liquid hot smegma is really moist. I've now broken everybody.
You have. No, my dog broke me because he has a legit smegma problem. So I have to check his little red rocket regularly because it got so bad that it got. I don't know how to say this without sounding gross. Like it got hard,
Whoa.
almost
What do you mean
fossilized
without it? So
around it.
we're at dog dick smegma. It already
That's
sounds
true.
gross.
That is true.
Right?
Anyway, it was really painful to get him cleaned out. So now I have to check his little lipstick regularly because he's got the smegma. Did not anticipate that in my dog mom contract.
I did not anticipate that in this episode of An Evening at the Movies as well.
See,
I
but now I'm
don't
imagining Amanda having to clean out, check with who's got smegma, who's got. Oh, you got the cutest little smegma.
you.
Hashtag smegma of Instagram.
Oh my god.
I might talk about his little red rocket, but I just get a Q-tip in there and I'm like, I do tell him he's well equipped for his size. He deserves to know that. Dogs have feelings too. He's packing a decent amount for a small dog. Okay, anyway.
I believe the phrase that you are looking for is. Anyway, we are here for a celebration that
Not
is
of dog smegma.
not of dog smegma. That is,
Wait,
like I
is that what
said,
dogma is?
But
oh, the
no, but I'm
gloves
gonna
have
start
come off.
calling it that now.
I'm never getting that
Right?
icon status.
I mean, it was in my head that possibly we could do it today, but at this point,
Not on Rex Manning Day.
literally 5 minutes into the episode, and we're already freaking dogmas and
How did we get
doggy.
here?
I have no fucking clue.
Beer jizz is how we move to.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like the freaking what,
And so, for
30,
those of you
30
opposed to slippery slope arguments, we just made the worst one ever.
Yeah.
right? I mean, technically, the other day we did probably like a 30, 35-minute long intro before we even started talking about
That's true.
the late great Mr. Val Kilmer. So,
We went down that hill faster than Shaun White on a snowboard.
right? We went down. Never mind. I'm not going down that road because we'll get back on
The red
freaking
knight's going down.
dogma and doggish.
Anyway, sorry.
Yes, Rex Manning Day.
Rocket.
Yum. Red Robin, please
Oh,
sponsor us.
oh my God! Where is Jean when we need her?
Oh
She would
man.
have fucking murdered the three of us already.
Yeah, she'd be like, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
She is a male dog. She'd probably understand.
Diane is not a male dog.
Jack is a male dog. Her Jack,
Okay.
not mine.
Your Jack's not a male dog, but he has dog.
No. So, Rex Manning Day.
Yes. Everything's freaking way over KCB's head today. Because it's movie day, it's Rex Manning. Well, by the time this episode releases, it'll be Rex Manning Day. We're, what,
Yes.
2 days away from Rex Manning Day now?
Officially Tuesday, April 8th.
Yes. And because of the fact that Rex Manning Day is not on Wednesday, we will be releasing this episode. For those of you who are not joining us live, obviously releasing on Tuesday this week because of the fact that Tuesday is Rex Manning Day. So
say no more, money more.
God, the old lady just belting that out in the middle of the store. Just, oh God,
no
so great.
oh my God, that is fucking hilarious.
And the guy playing Rex Manning just The way he emotes just facially
He's
throughout
just
that entire movie is just fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Before we get to all of that, though, we
Uh,
have some background information for those of you who need it for Empire Records, which released on September 22nd, 1995. It was directed by Alan Moyle, was distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, had a budget of $10 million and made a whopping,
whopping.
Whopping.
yes, just like Cool Whip,
Cool Whip. Why are you putting so much
whopping.
emphasis
No,
on
tell
the
me. Tell me it was $9,204 because he counted it twice.
Yes.
I wish that would have been so fucking ironic, but the box office for said movie, $303,841.
Doesn't surprise me. This movie was slept on for a long time.
Like,
Which
I'd never
leaves
heard of it until well after it came out.
Same.
same here.
Same.
And the truth of the matter is it really kind of sort of fits into our coming of age from teenagehood into adulthood.
Yeah.
But so good news. We get to play everybody's favorite game before Amanda gets to tell us what this amazing movie is all about.
Okay.
What do we say about Rotten Tomatoes in the I Did Not Make These Rankings Podcast Network co-host?
Say no more. Oh, no, we say fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes. So I have a tomato meter score and I have a popcorn meter score. Just because somebody got confused on the last episode.
I did not.
Wait, which one's which? Tomato meter's the critics and popcorn's the audience?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't get confused. I just guessed wrong.
I'm going to guess 72 and 87.
Popcorn and tomato or tomato and popcorn?
Tomato and popcorn.
Oh, I expect the tomato to be low. This is not a movie critics are going to like. In my opinion, but I could be wrong. I'm going to say
They tend to be gentle on cult classics, though.
yeah. I'm going to say
They could surprise
57.
you.
57 tomato meter and like I'm going to say 83 for the popcorn meter.
First of all, both of your tomato meters can go fuck themselves because they weren't even fucking close.
Wow. Okay.
Tomato meter, 35%.
Oh,
What the
fuck
fuck?
off.
Yeah,
No. This
Mayst
is why
thou
we don't
ingest,
trust movie critics.
may they ingest entire heaping, yea, cornucopias of Richards.
They were all boomers. That's what it is. Boomers reviewed this movie.
Yeah.
Not
Or
Gen
even worse,
Xers.
Gen Xers. Not Gen Xers, sorry, Gen Zers.
Oh, I was going to say Gen Xers would give this 100. What?
So before I reveal the popcorn meter score, Jean has responded
Yeah.
to Amanda's response for her opinion on canine smegma. She said, parentheses, or what? And I cannot stress this enough. The fuck.
I mean, you had to be there, I guess.
And the popcorn meter is a whopping 83%.
Ooh, close.
Oh, wow. Didn't I say 83?
Yes,
Or did I
you
say
did.
82?
You said 83.
Nice. Well done.
So
Ding, 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 ding.
that's
Woo! Tell her
the
what she's
one-
won, Bob.
a brand new An Evening at the Movies sticker.
I was hoping it was Rex Manning's new album, but okay. I'll take it.
You were my favorite in high school.
Who's your favorite now?
You,
Oh,
still you, yeah.
And Jean can go away with her what the fuck on Smegma. Steven was a hoe in college. I know she's seen Smegma before. He was a hoe for show.
I mean,
I
I
actually
do believe
not
his
true, but
debut on An Evening at the Movies was while he had COVID a couple years ago, explaining the story of the moist bedroom floor.
mm-hmm. Oh, that girl.
Oh, she's sweet, but she's psycho, a little bit psycho.
I don't even think she was sweet. I think she was just psycho.
Well, probably. I don't know. I wasn't there. So,
I mean, she
uh,
was caressing a steak knife at the dinner table, so I'm going to call that totally psycho.
I don't remember that part of the story, but
It was a
uh,
different story, but I feel like you've heard that. But anyway, okay.
I may have, and I don't remember because, let's be honest, I'm pushing 50. But
Let's be honest.
lesbionics.
No, Liz, never mind. It was from Pitch Perfect. Anywho, all right. So we have never actually said the name of the movie we're reviewing, but it is
I could
Empire
have sworn I
Records.
said Empire Records.
Oh, I could have missed
I
it.
I may. I mean,
You are
again,
pushing 50.
I'm well. I'm not definitely knocking on the door of 50 yet, but you know,
Knock,
50.
knocking on 50 store.
Yes,
Hey, hey, hey.
it'll be here before I fucking know it, and 49's even closer. So, co-host, what is Empire Records about?
Well, I will tell you.
I bet you will.
Oh, she will.
Joe runs Empire Records, an independent Delaware store that employs a tight knit group of music savvy youths. Hearing that the shop may be sold to a big chain, slacker employee Lucas bets a chunk of the store's money hoping to get a big return. When this plan fails, Empire Records falls into serious trouble, and the various other clerks, including the lovely Corey and gloomy Deb, must deal with the problem, among many others. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't write it.
Well, I
Just
mean,
the messenger.
it's not like it's a freaking complex plot line to have to. I mean, it's pretty fucking
Here,
laid back.
let me describe it in my own way. This movie is every Gen Xer's wet dream. Like, let's just be real.
Moist dream.
No. All wet. So wet you could slip and slide.
I mean, Renee Zellweger and Liv Tyler at the same time would make me a little moist.
Exactly. If I could have chosen any like part of my high school experience, working in a record store would have been part of it. Like this
Oh,
was
not
like the
me.
most fun fucking job ever.
I'd have gotten a fucking bill instead of a paycheck.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I
I wouldn't still owe Columbia House $117.35 because all my money would have went to the record store.
Not that you're counting, but
Yeah, I counted it twice.
I yeah.
at this point, you can't pay off Columbia House just on principle.
Yeah, exactly. I will take it to the grave.
Fucking Columbia House wants my fucking money. They can come and fucking get it. I have no fucks to give about how much money I owe them.
Hey, we played the long game and we outplayed them. They don't exist anymore. So, joke's on them.
Exactly.
They don't exist because none of us paid for our music. Assholes. Oh, we're assholes.
I can imagine the CEO sitting in the fucking penthouse office and, God damn it, if these people would have paid their fucking money, I'd still have a goddamn job.
Okay, but who had the bright idea to send out mailers letting children order physical music without payment, without a parent? Like, that's on them. They're stupid.
If your business model is based on fronting teenagers' money,
Yeah.
you fucked up.
Yeah.
Without
You're
lube.
already done before you started.
So, like a teenager having sex.
It's like he was destined to go out of business or something.
Yeah. And my mom's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "I got all these tapes for 1 cent." She never asked how I mailed in my penny.
No.
For people listening that don't know, a penny is a coin that people used to use when we paid in cash.
Yeah.
Coin is
that-
made of metal or copper or silver or whatever.
It's 1/100th of a dollar.
Yes. Now we have to tell you what a dollar is. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no! I mean, the fuck kids know what a fucking dollar is anymore because ain't nothing in the goddamn store costs $1. You can't even go to a damn dollar store and spend a damn. I
It's
mean,
at least $1.25.
So, kids, $1 is the thing that your mother would charge 20 of for that thing she did with her tongue.
I want money. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's what I want.
oh,
Your love won't pay my bills. Oh, yes, it will.
back then it would.
Uh,
Probably not as much anymore though. So, okay. So Rex Manning Day.
Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy.
Sexy Rexy.
So
I'm
what?
pretty sure like half the movie's budget was spent on his hair product.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm sure that fucking hair did not move 1 millimeter in the whole time he was on screen in that
Your
movie.
hair.
So a couple of questions for y'all.
Okay.
What's a better soundtrack? The music that made it onto the soundtrack or the music that didn't make it onto the soundtrack?
Ooh, I don't know because I don't know what made it and what didn't. Now I gotta look.
Like, If You Want Blood, You've Got It. Didn't make it on. I don't think. I know that like the soundtrack is really good, but there's several tracks that aren't on the soundtrack.
Oh.
Because I know we discussed this on your episode of Best '90s Soundtracks, where you had
Yeah.
Empire Records, and I didn't because of the songs in the movie that aren't on the soundtrack.
And
Like
see,
I don't
didn't
think
use
Sponge
sensitive
is
enough.
on the actual soundtrack, and they're in the movie.
Wait, which one?
Sponge, Plowed.
Oh, okay. And what about oh crap, what's the all right, I forgot. Never mind.
It sucks because, yeah, from what I remember, the soundtrack, what made it.
Did
It's
Saddam
actually
Agogo make it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know what made it onto it and what didn't, so that's hard to. But a lot of times in the 90s, really good songs didn't make it on the soundtrack that got released, like the physical copy. And I don't know why. It's just
Money.
royalties, yeah.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with the Gin Blossoms and still kind of am, so I loved hearing that. I loved hearing Romeo and Juliet by Dire Straits because
Also not on the soundtrack. Yeah.
it was in this movie and it was in Can't Hardly Wait, which both have Ethan Embry, and I associate that song with both of these movies, so I love it.
Yeah, and I'm a huge Dire Straits fan, so hearing that, and Dire Straits was one of my father's favorite bands as well, so hearing that last night made me happy.
Love Struck Romeo. Oh, it's a good song. I'm going to go with probably the ones that didn't make it on, just because that's typical for 90s movies. But
useless fact: Mark Knopfler, the lead singer and guitarist of Dire Straits, did the Princess Bride soundtrack.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And now you know.
Uh-huh. I need a full record of Saddam Agogo. But only if I can have pot brownies while I watch it.
Right? I don't think Guar made it onto. Guar should never make it onto a soundtrack. And there's any Guar fans out there, get help. It's okay to ask for help, guys.
Yes.
Do you have another question? Pee-pee?
What was the other thing I was going to ask?
I said pee-pee.
I don't remember.
Ooh, 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 that's what I want. Ooh.
And it comes back around full circle to smack my again.
PP equal Red Rocket.
Right? It's like this movie is a collective, except for the weird ass parts where it actually is a music video. But it's like this movie is a collective music video of early '90s alt music.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also some 80s gems in there too. So.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And I think it does really well of covering the gamut. I mean, there's no rap tunes in there, but they talk about it. But it covers the gamut of what we were listening to in the '90s, which was a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 90s was a free-for-all.
Yeah, more so than the '80s. The '80s were definitely a free-for-all, but the '90s were even more eclectic than the '80s were. And so this movie, I think, really well represents the music of the '90s and the fact that all of us were listening to a little bit of fucking everything.
Yeah, because I mean, you could turn on. Chris and I will know, but it's just a local radio station. But you could turn on KJ 103 and hear Salt and Pepper, and then you could hear Metallica, and then you could hear Garth Brooks. Like it was just a mess of everything, and it was glorious.
Right.
No, we had that radio. We had our own radio station like that here, where, yeah, again, you could turn on. You
Yes,
weren't
but
going to get.
we have what's called
You know,
frequency modulation, or FM, where the sound is even better.
When did Aberdeen get FM radio? Like 2001?
Yesterday? Oh. Does Sirius even work there, or do the satellites skip over it too?
Anyway, welcome to your weekly Aberdeen bashing. Thank you very much.
And since Jen's not here, fuck the Aberdeen Walmart.
Yeah, that always has to be.
Oh well, I do not like the Aberdeen bashing, but I 100% will bash the Aberdeen fucking Walmart.
I want my
If you
cheesy
can do shopping in Aberdeen, do not ever go to the Walmart.
I kind of go to Walmart anywhere if I can avoid it.
Yeah, same.
Although I have to go on to one next weekend, but there's really nothing to hold to do in Salina, Kansas if you need to buy, things.
Our new house, all they have is a Walmart, but they're putting in an HEB, and I'm just hoping it's open before we move.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I do tend to frequent the Walmart pharmacy because that's where I tend to get the best service with my prescriptions and not have to deal with the bullshit that would be dealing with Rite Aid and their bankruptcy. So, fuck Rite Aid even more than fucking Walmart.
Oh, okay. They want money. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's what they want. I cannot get that song out of my head. I'm sorry.
We're figuring that out. Yeah.
I want it to be stuck in your heads too.
Now you mentioned Gin Blossoms, so Gin Blossoms is stuck in my head right now. Did I mention I get to see them a few years ago finally?
Yes, and I'm so jealous.
So awesome. They're coming back in town with Spin Doctors and Blues Traveler, and I'm like,
I
kind of want to go, but I really only want to see one band.
Oh, I would like to see all three of them.
Don't get me wrong, I'll watch all three, but I would Spin Doctors I can give two shits about. Blues Traveler, yeah. I mean, I'll listen to if it's playing, but I just want to see Gin Blossoms again.
I love the Gin Blossoms, and I'm sad because I didn't really get to go to concerts in high school. So the only concerts I went to Boyz II Men, and I went to one country concert. Everything else was like anything older than that I've seen when they've gone back around, and so seeing Gin Blossoms would be amazing because I'm just obsessed with them.
Yeah, no, if you get a chance to go, we saw them at the casinos, and they were all seated, so it was more like an intimate type jam session. And it was really, really good.
Nice. Hey, jealousy. That's how I feel. I'm jealous.
I love that track.
I know, me too.
So many great memories of that track.
Yeah. I don't want to know.
So, other than the soundtrack, what caused both of you to fall in love with this movie?
Man,
I mean, oh, good.
my ex-wife introduced me to it because she mentioned a couple of lines out of it, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then she found a copy of it on DVD, and we watched it, and I'm like, how the hell did I miss this movie? Because this
Right?
is 100% up my alley. And I've been in love with the movie since, just because it's a throwback, and it reminds me of a lot of stuff, and the music, as we talked about on both shows so many times, music is memory for me and for a lot of people, and so there's so much emotional connection to so many of those tracks,
Yeah.
um, that that movie takes me to places mentally and emotionally I don't always go, and it's just always a fun journey. And as disjointed and as jump cutty as the movie is because of the budget, uh,
I don't
man.
mind that.
Well, did you know it was supposed to happen over 2 days? The plot was initially, and then
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
because of budget, they had to cut it into one day, which is why it's a little disjointed.
But I think it works as one day. Like
It does and it doesn't. I would have. There is an extended cut. I just didn't want to pay money for it. That I would
oh,
like to watch at some point. Um, but the movie works. The movie works. It's just it makes more sense when you realize that the studio made them cut it into a day at the music store.
hmm.
But I just enjoy everything about that movie because there's a every character in that movie is like somebody I knew in high school or hung
Right?
out with or interacted
Right?
with, right? And it's not even necessarily the bad stuff about it, right? It's just uh I just feel like I can connect on one level or another with every single one of those characters.
Right. Okay, so my friend Megan is in the comments and she's saying I think I'm too young for this movie. And Megan, you probably are, but like we were saying, we didn't even see it when we came out. I didn't see it till like probably 2000, 2001.
About the same
But
for me.
you go ask Scott because I bet he's seen this. But yeah, I mean, this movie is perfect because it's like everyone. I mean, at least for me, that would have been the dream. Like to work in a record store and have all those cool friends and just listen to music and goof off. Like that's a perfect high school job. Oh,
High
okay.
school, college. Yeah.
Yeah, high school, college is just like. I mean, it looked like so much fun. Like I would have just died to have that job. And a boss like Joe, like come on.
Dude, when he beats Lucas's
And
ass, I know you don't get to see it, but just the sound effects is like, man, I want to be Joe right now.
Well,
right?
it's funny because he never asks Lucas why. Nobody ever asks Lucas why. They're just like, what did you do? Oh, I stole $9,000. I took it to Atlantic City. Where is it? Recirculating. Like nobody ever asks him why he did this, and Joe just accepts that he's got to take the rap for Lucas. And then you find out later that Joe took Lucas in, and it's like, oh, I got a little teary eyed. And yes, Megan, we can watch it together because I love this movie so much. Who knows where thoughts come from? They just appear. This is one of the most quotable movies ever, and I know we'll get
Yeah.
to it. I quote this movie all the fucking time.
It's so quotable it didn't even make my top 5.
I know, I was surprised, but
Wow.
there's a lot of good quotable movies. I get it, but I mean, I say shock me, shock me, shock me with that deviant behavior all the time. Shenango Rebellion.
Yeah, man, the Renee Zellweger has had a lot of great roles, but I think honestly, when you look back at this one, you understand how quickly why she springboarded as quickly as she did. I think
Yeah,
Megan. I think Mallrats was about the same time, maybe
yeah,
a little bit afterwards. I don't remember exactly. Another one of those movies I didn't catch until it was out on DVD.
Yeah, so Mallrats was one of those movies that, like, my
Wow,
friend Jamie and I
1995.
watched all the time. Like, we watched all the Kevin Smith movies, like, so much. Like, Jay and Silent Bob and Mallrats were on constant rotation, along with, like, Happy Gilmore and
Dogma.
Billy Madison. And Dogma. Yeah, Dogma was on a good constant rotation, too.
Full circle.
Yeah, we're full circle back to Dogma. Ew.
Oh, for those of you who just tuned into this episode, you are missing out on so freaking much.
You're really not, though. You don't
Yeah.
know what you don't
Yeah,
want to know.
really, it's better if you weren't here
Yeah,
for the
it's
first
better if
10
you don't know.
minutes.
Hey now.
I'm going to need even
Um,
more therapy after those first 7 or 8 minutes.
You're right about Renee Zellweger and Gina. Like, she did a really good job, and I loved that her character like knew how to deal with Deb's character. Like that scene when her and Corey both see that she's got the thing on, the bandage on her wrist, and of course Deb insults Corey, and Corey walks away, and you can kind of see on Gina's face she's like, how am I going to handle this? And she just goes straight into snark, and it just works for the both of them. It's like she knows how to like kind of make Deb feel better without addressing the elephant in the room.
Yeah, it seems like, and I wish we'd have gotten more of the backstory on Deb. I fear that's one of the stuff that got left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Um,
Because it was
but
kind of just thrown in there. Like she comes in with bandages on her wrist, and it's like, okay.
because the level of banter and how biting it is between Deb and Renee Zellweger's character, what's her name again?
Gina.
Gina. It stays the
Kinda.
same. Like it's at the same snarky level throughout the entire movie. But
Right. But
you
that's
can
how they
see
are
that there's
friends.
actually, right, actually a relationship there, and not just icy coworkers.
It's like how you and I are friends.
Right,
Not,
right. Without the
I
hallway
mean, we're
sex.
better than that, but
Uh, but yeah, the interactions between the characters is so well done. And everybody, except for maybe Burko, gets their moment to shine.
yeah.
And nothing wrong with Burko's character. It's a 90-minute movie, and he just didn't get a moment. And again,
Right.
that could be one of the things that was on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. And oh my God, Lucas is just like, I mean, he's probably supposed to be the favorite character, but he just, I don't know, he is. He's so freaking funny.
And he's got that kind of more free spirited, more artistic, like Mark Paul Gosselaar, right? He's like Zach from Saved by the Bell, only more artistic.
And not as cute.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's got so many good one-liners. It's just, yeah. And the things he says it with such conviction. Like when Joe says, "Where is the money? Atlantic City. What's it doing there? Recirculating." Like he's so matter of fact about it that he doesn't. It's like he doesn't realize he's being a smartass. He's just like, and he's like, it could be anywhere now.
Right. It when he has that moment of clarity during Deb's air quote funeral, and you find out the connection between him and Joe, and the way
Yeah.
he was treated by his mother and other things, you're like, oh, this poor child. This is a beaten dog who's just, his defense mechanism is
Yep.
just brutal honesty, and not ever showing any emotion.
Yeah.
Why don't you just take that and shove it up your ass? Because it would hurt, Warren.
Because it would hurt more.
But just how deadpan he delivers that is just, it's
Yes.
fucking amazing.
Yeah. But I love that he still like catches Warren. Oh, one of my favorite Lucas quotes is, "What's with today? I think that almost every day.
Right?
What's with
That's right up
today?
there with, let me do you one better. Why is Gamora?
Yes. He is so freaking funny. I love it. It's hard to pick a favorite character though. They're all, I mean, And definitely some get more screen time than others for sure, but
When I was younger, I would probably identify more with AJ or maybe Lucas.
yeah.
I identify more with Joe now. Of I have to take care of this aisle of misfit toys I have put together, and I hate
Right.
myself for it, but I can't not do it.
I mean, you were like Lucas, except that you meant to be snarky as fuck. Like,
Again, defense mechanism.
yeah.
I don't let's not psychoanalyze it. But absolutely a defense mechanism.
Papa Palpatine is snarky.
No.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yes.
I was a
Well, I
snarky,
do.
angry, vile motherfucker.
It goes back like
Well,
20
he
plus years.
threw you in the fucking garbage.
I did
That's
not
true.
throw her. I placed her gently.
It was like a drop,
It was like 3 inches.
like your dick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like my dick, it was big
mic
enough to handle
drop.
your ass.
Luckily, I never had to see it.
Your ass? Good.
No, unfortunately, everyone can see my ass. It has its own zip code.
Well, unlike your co-host, I'm not going to make that comment.
Oh,
Why we got to come back around full circle to my stupid mistake comments?
Because
you called me
nobody's fucking safe on this show. That's how it
fancy.
works.
Puss, what happened to
True.
you? You've gotten so fancy. Shrek Forever After. People don't know. Anyway,
So,
I know I'm fat. I'm cool with it. I'm still the girl when she says, "Oh baby, you are sex." I'm still sex. I'm still sexy. So I don't care.
I mean, I have paintball gear that says fat man, so I really can't talk too much shit.
Should be your superhero name. But actually you've lost some weight. So I wouldn't call you that. I wouldn't call anybody that. But I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, Casey.
No, baby, he just said you was thick with like 17 C's.
I like them thick. I like them plumpy. I like them round with something.
I
Anyway,
wonder what happens if I push this button right here.
people stop watching
Just
because
kidding.
I'm the beauty and brains of this operation.
Well,
And
I
if anyone
mean,
else calls you beast, I'll rip their lungs out.
Thank you. Megan, if you're still watching, I had no idea you worked at Sbarro. We're gonna have to talk about that. Sbarro used to be like my favorite thing at the mall. Like,
Well, yeah, because for $3
Sbarro
We had
you
one
can
of
get
those
that
at our
slice
mall.
of pizza like that.
it was a huge slice of pizza. And if you weren't
massive
from New
fucking
York, you didn't know they served pizza like that.
And it was guaranteed to burn all the taste off the roof of your mouth, so you weren't hungry after that.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. I liked the calzones. They didn't call them calzones. They called them something else. What do they call them? But they were
Probably called them
Megan, she worked there.
Strombolis because
Stromboli. That's it. Yeah.
Stromboli does not use ricotta, which is why it's called something different besides a calzone.
Ah.
Papa Mike's here.
Well, my father's here and just broke my heart. What the hell? I had to look up
It's
Lex Manning.
on
We all
Amazon
did.
Prime. Please,
Yeah.
please go watch it. It's
free on
90
Prime.
minutes. You won't hate it. Yep. You had to listen to Amanda crank half of that music while in high school, so you should recognize most of it.
Yeah.
But on the upside,
Right?
of all the 90s music that's in there, there's no fucking Oasis. So win-win.
Meh, meh.
Whoop, whoop,
There's also no
whoop.
7 Mary 3, so nobody's perfect.
I mean, there's actually a lot of music most of the music in this movie isn't mainstream, and I really appreciate that. Like, again, back in the 80s and 90s, if you wanted to hear stuff that wasn't on the radio, you had to know somebody who had a mixtape or knew
Oh,
somebody
man.
that knew somebody that had a mixtape. Like, it wasn't like now when you can stream everything and you can listen to everything you want to. Like, so there's a lot of kind of underground or not popular music in this movie, and I love that. So yeah.
Was there anything you didn't particularly care for about the movie?
I don't care for the fact that it's only 90 minutes long. I wish there was more to it.
Same.
Yeah, they're dancing around on the roof of the freaking record store, and it's like, the ending credits are coming here any second, and it's like, I don't want this to be over.
I kind of wish Mark would have I wish we had a little bit more of a Mark storyline. I know he's there just to be the goofy,
Stoner.
yeah, damn the man, save the empire. But I liked him a lot.
Yeah, I think Mark needed more screen time for sure. I really wish they'd all gotten some more time.
Yeah.
Like Burko is there enough to, I don't know, to
I forgot
show
about
that
him.
he's there.
Honestly. I mean, obviously him and Deb had a connection and you kind of would have liked to see more of that, but he really,
Yeah.
he just didn't have enough time to be that relevant.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
shit! So the version of Hey Joe that's early in the movie is actually Body Count.
what?
Body Count. Ice-T's band.
Oh, okay. Very nice. I really, I know we're talking about stuff we didn't like, but I also love that they show the teenage angst drama, like the boy pining over I mean, I love he's like, I'm gonna tell her at noon. No, I'm gonna tell her at noon 01. I'm gonna tell her at 1:37 or whatever
That's a
time he
great
says.
time.
Yeah.
No later than 1:37.
Yeah, Lucas trying to be understanding is some of the funniest shit.
Yeah. And then the girl drama too, and the girls raging and screaming at each other. I mean, obviously it's a stereotype, but it's also not. It's not wrong. Like when you're 16, 17, 18, your hormones are going crazy, and your best friend. I mean, her best friend just slept with the guy she liked.
There was definitely a hormone there.
Doesn't matter that it's a gross old man, but I mean, he's not old, but to them he is. So I love that part where they're just screaming and Corey just loses it and she just goes out in the store and just screaming at the top of her lungs, breaking shit. I love that part. Because it's so real.
Right. And, when Gina and Corey finally have it out and Gina's like, oh, really, bitch? You a speed freak.
Yeah.
I
could study all the time if I was on speed too.
And so that you get that moment of A, they've been confiding each other for a long time, so they know each other, and B, that you learn that none of these characters are exactly who they appear to be.
Right. It's like the Breakfast Club. Nobody has it all together. And I like that
Right.
Deb kind of has that realization where it's like, yeah, people might have this image that they portray of themselves, Gina's the slut and she owns this sex positive image, but really it's all about insecurity. And Corey's got this I'm this smart girl going to Harvard image, but really she's breaking her spirit by doing too much because her parents expect so much of her. And it's like they're all fucked up.
The 90s version of the Breakfast Club.
With
better
I'm going to go ahead and say it. Better, yeah, thank you. Thanks for taking my...
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, but don't get me wrong. The Breakfast Club has a great fucking soundtrack, right? But it's not this.
It's not Empire Record. No, not at all.
I mean,
I think the
vibe too,
The Breakfast Club soundtrack is iconic because it's the Breakfast Club. This soundtrack is iconic because it's just a great selection of mid-90s tracks.
Right. And it makes you feel like you could be working in a record store.
Right. Like the movie could be utter shit and the soundtrack would still be a banger because it would still bring back so many memories.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Well, I mean, according to the fucking critics, it was a shit movie. 35 fucking
critics
percent
are
on Rotten
stupid.
Tomatoes.
Well, it's a coming of age flick, right? So it's not for every audience watching it.
True.
It got ripped out of theaters because test screenings didn't go well because people didn't fucking get it.
Yeah.
The studio made them edit it down to 90 minutes, and I personally suspect of a non-animated 90-minute movie. right? When you see a movie that's
Yeah.
only 90 minutes, you're like, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah.
So I can see why critics didn't like it. And honestly, if I had watched it as a 17-year-old or 18-year-old in 1995, I might not have liked it as much as I do now, because the nostalgia is better than the I'm here now on this movie. At least it is for me.
Well,
I think so too. Yeah.
and going back to that whole 90-minute thing, like when we were kids in the 80s, yeah, a lot of your movies ran, 90 minutes to about an hour and 40 minutes, and that's their comfort zone. But come the 90s, though, we were starting to move out of that and starting to, everything was getting almost 2 hours and of running time. And
Yeah.
I feel like a longer running time would have allowed for some of these characters to get fleshed out better.
True. Oh, I'm sorry.
Which
What
I
year did
think
this movie come out? 95?
95.
Yep.
Okay. Because I was
Okay.
trying to think, I was wondering, I feel like maybe they were trying to do like similar to what Airheads did and like do it all on the same day and like go into the night. And, I think some of the substance got lost because it was just a different kind of movie. But I love Airheads too. The Lone Rangers. That's a really good movie too for anybody who hasn't seen it. But
Another movie that I'm surprised in 3.5 years we haven't discussed on an evening at the movies either.
yeah, I mean Brendan Fraser's great in it. Steve Buscemi. Who else is in this movie? What? Oh, what
Adam
is that guy?
Sandler.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the guy that I really like, and I can't remember his name.
Isn't Brendan Fraser in it?
I said, oh yeah, I
Oh.
said that, but the guy that's in, oh, what is his name? Now I'm gonna have to look it up. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, I forgot Chris Farley was in it.
Chris Farley was in everything that Adam Sandler did in the
I
90s.
mean, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Up until his death, I mean.
Oh, Judd Nelson. I forgot Judd Nelson
Oh
was in
wow.
it.
Yeah.
David Arquette, Ernie Hudson. But that's not who I'm thinking of. Who is the guy I'm thinking of? This is driving me crazy. Uh
Tell him about the Twinkie.
It's a big Twinkie.
What about the Twinkie?
I'm
But
sorry.
anyway,
Whenever I
yeah.
hear Ernie Hudson's name, that's the first thing that pops into my head. Was tell him about the Twinkie.
Joe Mantegna. Man, I can never say his name right. That I love that guy so much. I was watching Three Amigos the other day and I forgot he was in it. But he was
He
good.
was the studio exec.
Yeah. Look up here. Look up here.
Whose yes man assistant is Phil Hartman.
Yep. But anyway, yeah, I feel like Empire Records and Airheads are similar, like especially in like the timeline of how they do the movie, but Airheads worked a little better with their storyline, whereas Empire Records could have benefited from going deeper into people's storylines, but that would have required more than one day of action for sure.
Yep.
And probably about a 2 hour running time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit longer. I don't know how long this extended cut is that Papa Palpatine refused to pay for.
I know, I'm gonna have to find that.
I might be interested in watching that, and we can discuss the extended cut next year on Recommending Day.
Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy. George says that a lot. Anytime somebody says sexy, well, one of us is like that. Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy. Or, baby, you are sex.
So there's a special fan edition which is 16 minutes longer.
I still don't think it's long enough to fully develop
That's what she said.
more storyline. um, no, I could see about a 2 hour long movie being about a good running time if they properly put everything together. I mean, they could totally shit the bed with it too, and just throw shit up on the damn screen and expect everything to stick. And if that's the case, they can go fuck themselves.
I loved Anthony LaPaglia in this movie too. I had such a crush on him, like in the 90s. I just thought he was so adorable and kind of sexy. I think this and So I Married an Axe Murderer were like just really made me love him.
God, I haven't seen that movie forever.
Oh
You didn't love him in The Client?
no, he was gross in The Client.
Well, The Client was gross, so
Oh, I love that movie, but he was gross in that movie.
it's
But
great if you haven't read the book.
true, yeah,
Like
true, true,
all
true.
Grisham movies.
Which we have discussed
Well, I mean,
some a lot.
we discussed it a lot back in November, and we discuss it almost every September when it comes to a certain author who gets celebrated every year on his for his birthday, because his movies compared to his books generally aren't for shit either.
But yeah, he was just so cute. Have we haven't done So I Married an Axe Murderer? Oh yes, we did because Harvey was there, didn't we?
Harvey requested it for his birthday.
Yeah.
Yep.
God, I love that movie so much.
Not last year, but the year before.
You're afraid I'm gonna cleave you?
Although I did find out last night, fun bit, the actor who plays Warren, Brendan Sexton III, also plays the really weird character Horse in Russian Doll.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's so good. If you like Groundhog Day type premises, watch Russian Doll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Groundhog Day.
Well, duh.
I don't feel I need to explain my art to you, Warren. Stop calling me Warren.
His name's not Warren.
I love that. His name's not Warren. I thought his name was Warren.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, when they asked for his name, that's what he
I mean, that's
fucking
what he
gave them.
said. Yeah. Yeah. They give him a name tag. It says Warren.
And the fact that he keeps coming back and committing more crimes, and they keep letting him back in the store. Love that.
He like Warren. Rap, metal, rap, metal.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston. That's for my girlfriend. Sure. Oh, so good.
Whitney is an American treasure.
And to me, that just confirmed the whole. I don't know about you, but I swear every time I went to the record store and bought things, man, I miss demo booths. Anyway, but
Yeah.
every time I went to the record store and bought things, I swore to God the person behind the counter was judging me. And to me, that scene is proof
Oh, yeah.
that they absolutely were.
It's just like with bookstores.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That's why I love Amazon.
Right? The AI can judge me. The AI can fuck right off. I
Right.
don't, I'm gonna get weird
Exactly.
suggestions from it. That's it.
Oh yeah, for sure they're judging you.
I still flash back to the look on the dude's face when I went to whatever music store it was, and I bought at the same time Core by STP and Rage Against the Machine's first album. Talk about a fucking dichotomy.
Yeah, but why would they judge you for that? It's not like you threw Phil Collins in there.
Well, no, but it's still, one's kind of post grunge and the other one's just angry protest music.
True. Well, that's just when you say, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Right?
Motherfucker.
Although when I say that to the wife, I get in trouble.
Yeah, she'll kill you in your
As you
sleep.
should.
So I'd watch that if I was you.
She's not gonna wait till I'm sleeping.
For the life insurance, she might make that shit look like an
The
accident.
DeNozo rule: always suspect the spouse. Everybody knows this.
Never trust the love interest. That is
She's
the number
chuckling
one
as she
rule.
walks past. By the way, just so everybody knows, if something happens to me, it's not an accident.
I will edit that part out of the episode.
Yeah, I hear nothing. I'm sure Cassandra had her reasons.
Also, I just found out that Almost Famous won an Oscar. Really? For what?
I think it was like a screenplay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it was like original screenplay because believe me, I have so on this show, which we will be doing at some point, we've kind of talked about we're doing a Second Chance Academy Awards. And when I say Almost Famous will be in some of my categories, it will be. Because that was the only thing it got nominated for. And I think it's original screenplay, but I could be wrong. But I think that's what it was. Almost Famous is another just fucking amazing movie. God.
Although, never mind
It's
it.
been on the schedule as well. and got
Stillwater
passed
is one of
over
my
for-
favorite things. What?
Oh, I was misreading it. Never mind.
I was just saying that it was on the schedule at one point, and
Yeah.
I don't remember why, but got removed from the schedule.
We need to bring it back. So did you guys do top fives for this episode?
I didn't know that was supposed to be a thing.
Well,
Nobody-
it is a thing we're incorporating now. But you don't have it's okay if you didn't.
What's the top five? I can do one on the fly.
Whatever you want, it just has to somehow relate to what we're talking about.
All right. Well, I'm just going to do top 5 tracks from the actual soundtrack.
Well, there you go. Kasey, did you do a
That
top
works. I will do mine on the fly.
5? Oh, okay. I'm
I
the
will
only
let
one that did
you
one.
two
Yay
go
me.
first, and I will come up
Okay.
with the topic and the subject of it at the end.
Well, I did since just talking about Stillwater too, but Rex Manning, obviously a fake singing songwriter celebrity person. So I did my top 5 favorite fictional singers. So I didn't do bands, I just tried to do singers, because there's a lot of bands. But my number 5 is Robin Sparkles from How I Met Your Mother. Hey Robin, how's your beaver? Let's go to the mall today. Okay. Number 4 is Aldous Snow from Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Get Him to the Greek. Love that one. Technically, he's part of a group, but I just picked Aldous. Number 3, Phoebe Buffay from Friends. Smelly Cat's a bop and always will be. Number 2, I went serious and I picked Rachel Marin from The Bodyguard. I mean, it's Whitney Houston, but whatever. I'll take it. And my number 1 is Robbie Hart from The Wedding Singer. I adore him. So yeah. Honorable mentions, I had Jessica Rabbit and Randy Watson from Sexual Chocolate and Daisy Jones from Daisy Jones and the Six. And obviously
I love that
Lester
movie,
would be
or
my
that
number 1
series,
if
by
I was
the
picking
way.
bands. Scotty doesn't know the Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday. Anyway. Scotty doesn't know. Oh, Scotty doesn't know. Whoa. Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know.
Papa Palpatine, are you ready for your top 5?
Yeah, I'm just going to wing it. So, number 5,
That's what she said.
A Girl Like You by Edwin Collins.
Oh, yeah.
Great track. Number 4, it's not on the actual soundtrack, but If You Want Blood, You've Got It by AC/DC.
Nice. Yeah. Especially because the drum solo, and I mean, obviously he's probably not really playing, but Joe in the office, like, he's just had enough of everyone's shit and he's got to get his anger out in the drums.
Number 3, the first song ever played on MTV. Video killed the radio star.
Yep.
As much as I want to, I'm going to leave that until. I'm not putting on unless it would be an honorable mention. Like I mentioned earlier, just because of the how much that song takes me back. Romeo and Juliet by Dire Straits.
Mm-hmm.
And then just because it's the close of the movie, and we get to hear Renee Zellweger actually saying Zellweger very honestly, Sugar High.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions to Like
That's a
Air
good
for You
one.
by the Gin Blossoms, because amazing track, but not my favorite Gin Blossoms track.
Yeah.
And of course, Say No More, Mona More.
Say no more, Monday more.
And I'm looking at the full track list, and there's just so many I had to leave off. There's just so many good
It's
goddamn
about
songs.
I need money. Ooh, 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 that's what
I
I
was thinking more
want.
Plowed by Sponge, because that's just an amazing riff and an amazing track.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay,
what you got for us?
I'm gonna go a little weak sauce with my top 5, but I'm gonna go with top 9 bands of the '90s.
Nice. That's going to be hard to narrow down.
Um, it is, but to me, the bands that I'm going to bring up, I put in the same category for me as they were all heavy in my rotational, not Spotify playlist when I was a teenager. So
Part of your giant CD book that you carried around in your car.
I didn't have a CD player in my car. I had a freaking tape deck.
Cassette deck,
So
yeah.
Mm.
I had all
You
these
never
classic.
got the tape that connected to a CD player? I had one of those for a while. You know what I'm talking about? It had a
I didn't.
cassette tape that you could
Yeah,
put in. Yeah.
I didn't have one of those until like 2003, 2004,
Oh.
because I was a cheap bastard. Um,
Shit, I had a kid in
so not
2004.
not
Oh,
necessarily in any order, because I think all of these are great bands who, in some way, shape, or form, defined music in the '90s. But Rage Against the Machine.
yeah.
Let's go
Oasis.
Green Day. Green Day.
Don't look at me like that.
If I said that word, Papa Palpatine would reach right on his screen and slap the shit out of
Gives
me.
a fuck. You do what you want. Fuck you, I won't
Let's
do what you tell me.
That was number 5. Not even number 8.
let's go number 3, Soundgarden. Number 2, Alice in Chains. And co-host, would you like to guess what my number 1 '90s band is?
I'm pretty sure it's your hometown boy.
That would be the one.
So you pretty much named the same 3 bands for the top 3.
Huh.
I mean, you heard
Okay,
the grunge
Alice
band,
in
you've heard them
Chains
all.
could go and you could put Bush in there. Everybody likes Bush.
That's
I
what
could
she
go
said.
for some Machine Head right about now.
Yeah.
So
Got a
if you
machine head.
16
if you
Stone was one track away from making my no skip list. One track.
It made my top 5 90s albums when we did that, or 90s
Yeah,
rock albums or whatever, but yeah.
love it. Love the album.
16 Stone
I
was on
can't
the
put it on a no skip list because of one fucking track. But amazing album.
Yeah.
so if you guys were to rate this movie out of 5, what would you give it?
5 out of 5 Deb's buttons. No notes. Love this movie. I know it's not actually perfection, but you also know I'm a whore with my ratings, and this has everything I love. Like, I can watch this movie over and over because it's just like the life I wish I could have lived in high school, like just for a little while. And it just, oh, yeah,
I
love it.
mean,
So much
My
fun.
dream job in high school was either working in a record store or working in a movie theater. One of the
That
two.
too. Yeah. I worked in an Office Depot, so
Pass.
yeah.
So, Palpatine.
I'm also a dirty hoe with my ratings.
Yeah, you are.
I love this movie. It's nostalgic. It's fun. It's light. It's highly rewatchable. There are jokes you're gonna catch on subsequent watchings you didn't catch on the first go round. If you're looking for Gone with the fucking Wind, fuck right off someplace else. But
Right.
if you want to have fun, right, and you want to have a good throwback, and you want to
Yeah.
have nostalgia, and you want to have some choke up moments because of how hard some of those songs hit if you were around at that time, this is the movie. So I'm gonna give this a solid 5 sexy Rexies.
Yeah. He gets smarter the shorter your scripts get.
Uh, yeah, nostalgia purposes alone make it impossible not to give this movie a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said, Amanda said, Chris said on top of it, the music is amazing. A lot of the stuff that they're dealing with in the movie is relatable.
Yeah.
Um, you know, for most of us, yeah, working in a record store or working in a movie theater or whatnot in that kind of environment, it was a dream job for us back
Yeah.
then. You know,
This was like so much fun.
if I could have done either of those two jobs, yeah. So I'm going to go 5 out of 5 trips to Atlantic City.
Nice. You used to be sexy. You used to have $9,000.
Right?
Oh,
Okay, one thing I forgot to mention. Whoever did the makeup for Rex's assistant
ugh.
was trying to delete her eyeballs.
Poor Debbie Mazar. Yeah.
Right?
Cause she hot and she got beautiful eyes, but that super smoky ring around the eyeballs was just trying to delete the fact that she had irises.
She's one of those. So, you know how which this is a topic I've always wanted to do. There's actors that you can't stand because of a role they played. Like, I'll name one besides her, Danny Trejo, because of Con Air. Danny Trejo's an amazing actor, but I will never not be able to picture him in Con Air, and it just gives me the ick. Debbie Mazar for me is because she was the copy girl on Friends, and I just want to smack her in the fucking face.
Cause she was who on what?
She was the girl Ross cheated with on Friends.
Okay,
The copy girl. I know you don't
sure.
know, but
Weren't they on a break or some bullshit?
I will kill you.
High five.
I will kill you.
I mean, I've seen
Uh,
the memes, so I guess that is accurate. You're welcome.
No, it's not accurate.
we were on a break.
Even if it is even if it is accurate, how much can you love someone if you go sleep with someone 2 hours after you're on a break? Go fuck yourself, Ross. And that break was his fault because he was so possessive and so jealous of a guy Rachel didn't even like. Anyway.
Well, hold on. So she put it on a break and then got pissy because he went and got him some trim.
Yes.
To quote that great bit of uh, hip hop philosophy, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks.
I
Uh,
will kill
with all of that said, no killing on an evening at the movies because then we can't properly provide alibis for misguided anger.
you. Mm-hmm.
So before we wrap up the show, I would, as always, like to thank the listeners for being here each and every week. You guys are incredibly awesome. Um, Palpatine, do you have anything coming up on One Paintball that you would like to
I
publicly push?
absolutely do. I had just dropped an episode on the 1st of April. no joke, with Landon Roney talking about prepping for an event and working on getting outside sponsorship for your team. On the 15th of April coming up, I have an interview with Hadley Korsman, the reigning breakout player of the year for the Women's Pro League and a great youth player that I previously coached. And then on the 29th, I have an episode with Jake Dixon of the Elite Expo League and Elite Sports in Salina, Kansas, talking about tournament promotion as well as his journey through the sport of paintball. And for the foreseeable future, I should have episodes dropping every 2 weeks on the One Step Paintball podcast.
Unless you're on a break.
Well, then I'm gonna go fuck somebody in 2 minutes.
And One Paintball can be found wherever you get your podcast listening.
One Step Paintball.
One Step Paintball.
One Step Paintball. That's what I meant.
It's not what you said.
Well, you and I are about ready to be on a break here in a second.
Does that mean you're going to be recording an episode with somebody else in 2 hours?
Yeah, get yourself another host in 2 hours. Good luck, sir.
Yeah, shit ain't going to happen.
You notice how much she accentuated the first part of that? She's like, get yourself another host.
Oh,
the
Mount Sitmore.
She ain't your ho no bo.
So just out there doing host shit.
Coming up on An Evening at the Movies, we have a request from Brandy who wants us to discuss Wicked. Kendra's birthday episode where we will be talking about Bridesmaids.
Help me, I'm poor.
And then our audio only redo for the month is Princess Bride. And then coming up in the month of May, we have a whole lot of other stuff. Papa Palpatine will be back for his birthday.
Woo! What'd you request for your birthday?
Some other stuff.
Excalibur, baby.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Amanda and I have talked about celebrating a certain television show on its 30th anniversary of season 1 ending. So we may have a discussion about season 1 coming up in May. You have to tune in and find out whether we will be here for that or not. But I feel like that's an episode that neither of the two of us has to prepare for anyway. So, yay. Lots of fun. Happy Rex Manning Day to everybody.
Do not dwell. Not on Rex Manning Day.
And as always, thank you, Chris, for being here and gracing us with your wisdom.
Always.
And I'm going to zip my lip and let the co-host do what she does best.
Sorry.
Co-host, the floor is yours.
Okay, I was just kidding. Thank you, everybody, for listening and for watching live and commenting if you did, and we appreciate you. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you have a great Rex Manning Day, and we hope you all come back for an evening at the movies. Goodbye.
Peace and hair grease.
Don't dwell on Rex Manning Day.